Hi, Sam here for my own YouTube channel. I've been doing lots of stuff on some other YouTube channels recently, so that's why I've been a bit silent. I really hope you're well. Thank you for sticking by my journey so far. Today I wanted to talk about my friend Henning. He has released a new course called, and I read it off this paper with my own handwriting, it says, Almost but not complete, almost but not quite complete guide to songwriting, which is a 52-hour songwriting course featuring 4 parts: harmony, lyrics, writing, and then interviews, which will be constantly, they'll be uploading more interviews into the course with actual professional artists writing music and bands.
Honestly, I just threw in chords that didn't make any sense at all together. The chord progression did not make any sense. And the guitar player that I was working with back in the days, he was like, what the hell am I going to play a solo on top of this? It doesn't make sense. But the chord progression, because it was so odd and so weird, created the vibe of the solo.
Now, why am I promoting this? I feel very strongly that creating music is kind of if you're a musician, it's kind of a birthright in many ways. It's why we play guitar. I play guitar to create, whether it's improvising, or composing, or playing music with others. Even if we're playing covers, you're creating sound in silence, which is pretty profound. And music is a really good analogue for reality in some ways. You can learn a lot about yourself, a lot about how nature works through the nature of music. Now, where am I going with this, and why do I think Henning's course is good? Well, first of all, it's practical and pragmatic. I learnt theory and harmony in college many years ago, basic theory and harmony. And whilst I was doing that, I would record my guitar amp direct into my headphone input of my computer at the time, a little practice amp, and I would just take chord progressions and write melodies over the top. And it was so fun actually taking the harmony and actually using it. Now, a lot of players get stuck because they learn the harmony as an abstract concept. And if you go to any kind of music college or university, it's often taught as knowledge by the pound. It's very easy to say, here are the 7 modes, here are all the arpeggios, here's the formulas, here's all the stuff, and they throw it at you. But actually using it is a different matter, and how it is actually used is a different matter as well. And all the money you spend on a university course, I mean, what, £13,000, dollars a year, maybe 3 or 4 years. I heard Henning say Berkeley, without accommodation, upwards of 40 to 50,000. It's expensive. And there's lots of great stuff on YouTube. You might be saying, well, I can learn from all the greats on YouTube, and absolutely you can, and you should make the most of these free things, because ultimately, sharing is caring. However, often people get lost. I had students come up to me before who have no basis in even the major scale, understanding the chords, and they will be talking about some Rick Beato video they've seen and talking about polytonal harmony and things, and kind of modal interchange and things like that, and it's like, whoa, come back a step. So what people do need is a kind of a step-by-step process, but also a practical process, and a process not full of BS, basically. It shows you how real-world composers write music, and it beats the myth of inspiration as well. We'll get to that in a moment. So Henning has got this course. It's split into 4 parts. It's with his friend Rafael Cano, and they both do this course together. And I've covered all the points. It's practical. It covers harmony, lyric writing, and actually writing music and coming up with parts. Bit of background: Henning and his friend, they both write music for a living. Henning has a lot of experience penning tunes, soundtracks, writing albums. His whole legacy as a human being, his career is that, and also YouTube. But he knows how to create songs on the fly. And one of the myths is writer's block. being inspired to write. And I do this with Lick Library. I do this with when I'm doing sessions and stuff. You have to create something in a moment, and actually you need tools in order to do that. So they cover a lot of that stuff, and actually give you the tools that if you sit down and with a guitar or with your DAW, that you can start that process. So it's pragmatic. It's the nice balance of intuitive versus knowledge, and they're balanced together. And I've watching the course through, there's all kinds of cool different things in there. It's very personable, it's bite-sized, and also experiential. You can sit there and actually pick it up. So I'm going to show you some clips now from the course, and these are just random bits and bobs so you can get an idea of the quality and the tone of it. And yeah, here we go.
If this is an octave right here, that's my 1 and my 8, then my 2 is a 9. If you wanted melodies with a more functional approach in the chorus, for example. But let's talk about that flat 2, which we have. I actually do that quite a bit when I'm doing drop D. There's a secondary dominant, that's my A, going to 1. I do that quite a bit. And I actually do that as a major. That's my major third. It works. Cool. It is the same idea. All of a sudden, you reduce the complexity of the riff. Then you have the ability to take it easier into different chords. With the half step going up, yeah, makes a lot more sense. Nova's glow. Same position. Drop me down to the dream below. Which is, oh, that's an A. That can be an A.
The smallest movement would be to go from F sharp major to F sharp minor,
which we have done before. Then we do have the same chord.
Very similar chords.
The same chord. I don't want to start the same.
Okay. There we go. This is a musical motif, a phrase, if you will, that goes just all the way down.
Now, however, let me throw this in. How clever is it to have that C chord and on the actual most important beat, which is the downbeat, have a non-C related note?
Transitional bridge that we want to kind of build up a lot of tension towards the chorus, then I would probably choose something like this.
That's really hard to read, and the actual movement of the top chords could be eluding them. They could be playing these voicings that they know as a 7, 6, 9 add blah 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 voicing, when in reality what's happening is the freaking A just stays there and you're playing triads. So write it down in the most simple way. If it's actually triads over a root, then write it like this.
So there we are, that's a brief preview of the course, and at the moment it's been released today, and for the next 2 weeks it is on a discounted price of, what is it, €299 euros, I think, at the time of this video, and then it'll be going back up to €449 after 2 weeks. And if you buy it in the next 2 weeks, you also get put into a prize draw where you can win up to $3,000 worth of gear from Sweetwater to get you recording everything you need, from MIDI keyboards to software and computer sound cards and all the stuff that I don't know much about because I'm a guitarist, and people have been very kind to me in the past. But you can get set up. And then there's also Spectre Academy are also offering loads of their drum programming courses and all the good stuff they inspire. So if you actually sign up in the link below to the course and buy the course, you automatically, for the next 2 weeks from this video, entered into that prize draw, which is pretty cool. So that price there, I mean, $300 euros, I don't even, around that price for 52 hours of top quality harmony theory writing content compared to £13,000 a year. I don't know if you're. I think that sounds pretty damn good. And even at 449, if I didn't have that option, and I think people are looking for those things now. I think it's definitely worth trying, looking into it. You won't walk away feeling like you know nothing. You will walk away with either inspired, with new knowledge, and even if you're not into what the style of writing, you'll pick up lots of cool techniques and concepts that you can apply to your own styles of writing. And I think that's something they really bring into this course. Lots of the lessons are very varied in styles, and they're kind of the more contemporary styles like rock, pop, theatrical kind of stuff, singer-songwriter, but actually then looking deeply into that stuff in a way that actually you see everything is just the same thing. It's all one, as they say, dude. So yeah, check out the links below. Have I said everything? So there we have it. Check out the links below for more information, and we'll see you soon.